Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? The title makes me sound horrible, but hear me out. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be left alone. She's nonverbal and completely unable to take care of herself. Even though she's only 12, she's extremely destructive and violent, and she destroys almost anything she gets her hands on. I hate her. I know that sounds awful, and maybe it's wrong to say, but it doesn't feel wrong. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and from that moment on, I've never had my parents' full attention. My entire life has revolved around her. When I was 7, I was moved out of my bedroom into the basement so she could have the room next to my parents. All of my childhood toys were destroyed by her, and whenever I complained, my parents brushed it off. Even when I was 14 and she destroyed the MacBook my school had given me, somehow I was the one in the wrong. On top of that, I'm expected to drop everything to take care of her. I can never make plans with friends, because my parents expect me to always be available if they need help. Even when I manage to carve out some time for myself, I'm forced to leave if they suddenly call on me. If I don't, I get punished. The most recent example? I went to see the new Spider-Man movie, turned my phone off in the theater, and came home to find out I was grounded, just because I hadn't been reachable. It honestly feels like I'm nothing more than a slave in this family, and anything involving her completely overshadows me. Just last week, I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited. My parents promised they'd be there, but they never showed. Their excuse? My sister. It's always her. I bottled this up for so long, but today I finally broke. While discussing colleges with my dad, he joked that I should pick a high-paying degree so I can support my sister when they're gone. For some reason, that was the final straw. I broke down crying and screamed about how it's always about her. How I feel like nothing more than her caretaker. How I've been treated like her slave my entire life and how I'm expected to sacrifice my future for her. Since then, I've locked myself in my room. My parents haven't even come to check on me. So, am I really the asshole here? Update. Wow. I honestly don't even know where to start. I never expected this post to blow up the way it did, and I definitely didn't expect so much kindness and support from strangers on the internet. Thank you, truly. Reading your comments and messages has made me feel less invisible than I've felt in years. After reflecting on everything, I realize that I don't actually despise my sister. It isn't her fault she was born the way she is. The resentment I feel is toward my parents and the situation, not her. A little while after my breakdown, my parents did come to talk to me, but I couldn't bring myself to have that conversation. I just cried and asked them to leave. Since then, they've arranged for me to stay with my grandfather for a while, and I'm packing up to go there now. We all agreed that it's probably best for me to have some space, calm down, and collect my thoughts before we sit down to talk things through. That conversation is supposed to happen later this week. For now, I just want to say thank you again for all the love and support. It means more than I can put into words. I'll post another update later this week if people are interested.